So I chose this one. I chose this book because I got so interested because it says that it's considered one of the greatest book of all time. Okay, but although I didn't finish the book yet, but for purposes of this presentation, I skimmed through the rest of the chapters and just selected some principles that are actually congruent to Atomy's principle and vision. So Think and Grow Rich is not a regular self-help book on how to get rich, because this was 25 years in the making. Okay, and it was Andrew Carnegie. It was Andrew Carnegie, who was an industrialist and philanthropist and became one of the richest men in America, who influenced Napoleon Hill. This is Napoleon Hill now. He's the author. And Andrew Carnegie also inspired and motivated and helped Napoleon Hill to put to test his formula to success by interviewing and analyzing 500 exceedingly wealthy men in their time. And this books, in short, actually encapsulated the ideas, principles, and philosophies of real people that experience tough situations, disappointments, and failures, but eventually succeed in their own field. These real people are ordinary people, but they became extraordinary ones. They are millionaires of their own time, whose riches could probably continued until this day. And each of the millionaires' success stories were so unique. However, you will find one common ground to their success, and that is maximizing the power of mind backed up with faith. So Napoleon put it this way: whatever your mind can conceive and believe, your mind can accomplish. So this discussion actually talks about the step toward riches, but the way I will present it is it's a vis-a-vis the things that we do in Atomy. So I will not discuss, or I will not tell much stories about the people but just to pattern what we have on this book. So probably we could relate to that. So of course, all of us want to have a to have richness in life, right? But it could be monetary or achievements, and in however or whatever form we see riches in life, it's all up to us. According to Napoleon Hill, the starting point of all achievement is desire. Okay, so but this desire does not refer to wishing something, because wishing does not bring us to riches or success. But it is having that burning and passionate desire to get something that we want. You can see how Angel Park is so passionate, right? When he talks about Atomy, when he talks about helping people, when he talks about our products. So he's so passionate. So that's the kind of passion that we should have. Like, we get so crazy, like what chairman says, that when you do Atomy, you must be crazy. And the burning desire will actually create consciousness towards success, and you begin to believe that you will reach your goal. So according to Napoleon Hill, to transmute this desire to a physical event or concrete riches, actions must be made. These actions involve planning definite ways and means. Like, for example, like making our life scenario, consistently tapping into the system and using the products and sharing it to others are the best way to illustrate what Hill meant. So in doing so, we must define exactly what we want to do or want to achieve, then determine what actions we need to do towards achieving the goal, set timelines when to do it, create a definite plan, and to write specifically your goal, and to read and declare it. And as you read, you see, feel, and believe that you are already in possession of your goal. So Atomy helps us apply these actions through writing our life scenario. So when you listen to masterships lectures, they always include the life scenario, because sometimes even if we don't have that desire, when we write our life scenario, like we're so excited. Oh, what do I want? What do I want to have? So it could start from there. So when you have a burning desire to achieve riches, you have a definiteness of purpose. So when you have a definiteness of purpose, your focus, your mind, and actions are fixed on achieving that purpose, whatever it takes, and until it happens. So your mind is saturated with the desire to achieving that one definite goal or purpose. So as this desire continues to burn, we will of course have some setbacks, difficulties, right, troubles, and many failures. But these events in our journey will continue if we have burning desire backed up with faith. So faith, as Napoleon says, is the visualization of and belief in attainment of desire. So in the Bible, it defines faith as the assurance of things hoped for and the conviction of things not seen. So how then this desire, backed up with faith, be transmuted to a physical equivalent? So this faith works in the subconscious mind, okay? And it can be induced by auto suggestion, according to him. So this faith, Hill is saying, refers to something that is brought to our subconscious mind, giving it instruction, and then acting upon that instruction immediately. So once it goes to our subconscious mind, it's like it's telling something to our subconscious mind, and then the subconscious mind acts on it. So that's faith. So the principle of autosuggestion, which is the third step toward riches, he considered it as the medium. Where is that? Okay, as the medium that influence the subconscious mind. Okay, it's simply like whatever you keep feeding your mind with, so your subconscious mind will take it as an instruction, and as it acts upon that instruction, it will transmute to its physical equivalent. So let's just to illustrate, let's use our regular and consistent attendance on our weekly meeting like this to illustrate this faith induced by autosuggestion. So we listen to the same thing. If you in our meeting, we always listen to the same thing and present the same thing: the company profile, the compensation plan. And so for those who are consistent in their attendance and can present the company profile and the compensation plan, it is not much of a purpose to learn because we know it already. But it is filling the subconscious mind of what to visualize and to believe to be able to attain our desire. Like, we won't really have that desire to do Atomy sometimes to others unless we know what's this company I'm working with or involved with. What how much do I get if I do this Atomy? What residual income? So unless you are influenced by the facts or about the company and about the what's this, the compensation plan, so it will not really enter into our subconscious mind, you know so we won't have that faith that Atomy can do this excuse me, can bring that to us. Okay, so it's like also when you listen to mastership lectures, what are always consistently mentioned in their lectures: the life scenario, the eight core habits, and eight steps to success, right? So if these topics were repeatedly put in our subconscious mind, or if we repeatedly hear them, then write them or repeatedly even declare them, they're brought into our subconscious mind. And this subconscious mind acts upon it. And then we visualize ourselves like, oh yeah, I'm going to be like that imperial master. So that's where our faith creates that our faith is established that Atomy can do it. Yes, I can reach that. Okay. And then when we use, actually, it is not reasoning mind that is at work when faith begins. When we reason, of course, we demand proof, right? Before we take actions, but not with faith. As they say, faith begins where reason ends. Okay. And then the next step toward uh, reaches is the specialized knowledge, which Hill defines as the personal experiences and observation. So according to him, specialized knowledge is among the most plentiful and cheapest form of service which may be had. So he illustrated how important specialized knowledge than general knowledge through the experience of Henry Ford. So despite his specialized knowledge and manufacture of automobiles, he was considered by those obviously envious of his success as ignorant pacifist. Okay, so when this statement was published in a newspaper, he objected it and sued the newspaper. So during the trial, it was like they want to really put him to shame. So they were asking some general knowledge questions, which he can't really answer because he's not interested on that. Aside from he doesn't know, probably he's not interested, right? And then he became so tired with all these questions, which and then so what he did was he answered them in a form of a question, which of course blew their mind and then changed their perspective on him. So he said that why would he clutter up his mind with those general knowledge just to answer them when he can push at a when at a push of a button he can summon men to aid him to answer any questions he desires to ask concerning the business which he devotes most of his time. So we are like Henry Ford. We're so blessed that we have Atomy because we're like Henry Ford in Atomy business. How? So we have the technology which we can go to if we need info about the products. We have websites where we can share to our potential members to see all our products and members to orders for themselves. And we have sponsors and uplines that have special knowledge on things we may not be good at, or even members who are good at some field from whom we can also seek help. So what I'm saying is this specialized knowledge, we don't need to be good at all the things that, Atomy wants us to do or have. We can always seek what Atomy has laid down on us. I've heard in one of Chairman's lecture, you don't need to know all about the information about the products. The website is really full of information. So you don't need to really memorize everything, right? So in the same way, giving lectures, you don't really need to give lectures. Just invite them to Zoom meetings. So you let people with their specialized knowledge and then use them so to grow. So that's what Henry Ford said. I can, in just a push of a button, I can summon my men and answer your question. Why would I waste my time answering your question? It's like it's not in my field. So why would I waste my time, right? So that's what he's saying. So you have to decide that sort of specialized knowledge you require and the purpose for which it is needed. So whatever you're good at, then just do it. Just enhance it, hone it for doing Atomy. Okay. And then let other people also help you. So you don't need to have a degree in Atomy. That's good because we don't have to have a degree to be successful. So the fifth step toward success is imagination. Okay. So where is imagination? Oh, here's imagination. Okay, sorry. So the fifth step is imagination. This is what he called workshop of the mind. Okay. Our desire is given shape and put into action through imagination. When we use our imagination, either combined ideas or concepts and plans, or we create it, or we create a new concept or ideas. He said that to convert this desire to concrete equivalent, because it's not just an idea, but a concrete one where people can see it, right? We must have a definiteness of purpose and have a definite plan. So in Atomy, in Atomy, ideas, concepts, and plans to succeed are already laid down to us. So it's already there. The system is already there. It will teach you what to do. It's not something new. It's not something because it's a networking industry, right? So there's already a laid system, a laid out principle, and it's not something that comes from us. We have that idea, right? But we can imagine ourselves to be something other than what Atomy is telling us that we will be. Like what Atomy is saying, for example, to reach an imperial master, right? So we have to imagine that we will be an imperial master. Like what Chairman says before, you have to see, you have to act on the future. Like you have to act like you're in the future already. You have to act like you have it already. So that's imagination. It's not real. But when you have that kind of imagination, then you will do something that will you will do something that will lead you towards that one. So unless we have an imagination that will have a pin, a VIP, or what's that, the global market pin, or we will be a star master. Unless we have that, we will just stay in just we will just stay where we are. So imagination will happen if, or will be concretized if we have a definite purpose and plan. So like, for example, in my case, my definite purpose is really to reach the top. And now I have to plan it out, right? I have to plan it out. So although it's like, imagine how your life would be if you're reaching every mastership level. So I'm sales master now, and I want to imagine to be a diamond master next year. It's not just a challenge, but you also have to imagine yourself being a diamond master. And then remember that no one can control your imagination. It's only you. It's free. And Hill said that there are no limitations to the mind except to those who acknowledge it. Okay, so you're the only one who can acknowledge. So it's all yours. So once we imagine ourselves already possessing what we desire, or already at the point of access, we now begin to concretize our ideas by organized planning. Okay, so that's the definite plan that we need to do. Organized planning. We can't just imagine I'll be an imperial master, but you don't do anything, right? So this is what he called the crystallization of desire into action. So this is a step where we solidify our desire. So it's not just in thin air. So it's concretizing it, right? So this is where we plan our work and work our plan. So if we do not have a definite plans, we are considered a ship without a rudder. So even if we know our destination, we will have no definite direction. And Atomy will not be this successful in growing this fast if Chairman Park missed the sixth step of organized planning, right? So this step does not only involve one person. Okay. Hill said that we must ally ourselves with a group of as many as people as we may need for the creation and carrying out of our plan or plans to riches. Why do you think our chairman is so confident that we can last for 100 years or more? So you always hear that from him, that I want Atomy to last for 100 years. So it is because he did and keeps doing this step 6 with the best group of people in Atomy. So it's not just a one-time planning. That's why we grow, because it's a continuing planning. But there's a definiteness of where he wants us to go, where Atomy wants us to go. Because where Atomy goes, we go as well, right? So the next step is decision. Okay, so he'll discuss this decision. This is what he called mastery of procrastination. So all of us have this moments, the procrastination. Even the most successful people, sometimes they procrastinate as well, I'm sure. Okay, so his analysis of several hundred of people who accumulated fortunes well beyond the $1 million disclosed that the fact that every one of them had the habit of reaching decisions promptly. So the decision that he's talking about here is promptly deciding on things, or having that habit of deciding quickly and changing that decision slowly. So those who failed, he said, they decide slowly, but then change their decision quickly. So for those rich people, so they take that they make that habit of deciding quickly, but yeah, slowly changing them if there's a need to change them. So that means they really think twice or more before they could really change their decision with regard to their goal. And he said that the majority of those who fail to succeed are those that are really influenced by the opinion of others. It's true that if you're influenced by the opinion of others, you have no desire of your own. I was actually like that before. Thank God I changed. So the concept that came to my mind when I read this chapter was the law of one's own mind by Chairman Park in one of his lectures. So we have that tendency to consider and later on be influenced by what other would think or say about our business, right? Because it's a networking. So, they have their own opinion, they have their own say about the people and about the products and about the company. So that we procrastinate our decision to share Atomy to friends or families and to change their mind quickly, not to do Atomy at all, because or they changed their decision to quit Atomy, in short, because of their family and friends opinions. Okay, so I'm sure all of us experienced that, especially during the first years. So it just built in us the confidence. But before, yeah, we're influenced by what other people tells about network marketing. And Chairman Park tells us that we must not think of what other people would say or think with what we will share to them. So sometimes, like what he said, before we even open our mouth, we think we already think of what they're gonna say, of what we're gonna tell them, right? We didn't even hear yet what their reaction or their opinion, but we 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 stop doing what we have to do because we're scared of their opinion or what they're gonna, or how they're gonna judge us if we share to them. So Chairman Park says, let them mind their own, let them with their thought, let them with their opinion. You should think of what you're gonna say to them. What's important is not what they're gonna say to you, but what you're gonna say to them, right? To convince them to buy our products or to do the business. So he said that let's concern ourselves with the things that we will tell them so that they will try our products. And definiteness of decision requires courage. Okay, so sometimes great courage, as Hill said. We should have the courage to face rejections or nasty statements. This great courage in reaching a decision was shown by shared testimonies of Atomy masters who decided to quit their jobs and do Atomy full time, and by those who decided to challenge to masterships because they want to speed up their success. Right. So if we are convinced of the goodness and honesty of our company and the good quality of our products, and let's tell the world what we intend to do. But first, let's show it by deciding to go out there and talk about our business and talk about our products. So if we practice the habit of reaching a decision promptly, no matter how small it is, then success is on the way. So that's our actually ultimate work to share, right? Then the next step is persistence. This is the sustained effort necessary to induce faith. Okay, so Hill said that persistence is an essential factor in the procedure of transmuting desire into monetary equivalent. Okay, the basis of persistence is the power of will. He said that willpower and desire, when properly combined, makes an irresistible pair. So, willpower and the desire. So that's persistence actually. So one of the major causes of failure is lack of persistence. So true. So true. Okay, persistence depends on the intensity of desire. Because, I've met also a lot of people like, I want this, I want that. But then later on, if they experience some hardships, they don't persist anymore, or they lack that burning desire to reach their goal, right? So if you have that kind of desire that only wish or hope, then persistence will fail. Some persist because they were closely driven by their circumstances, like they have to persist, otherwise they're gonna lose their house, they're gonna get hungry. So because of those situation, but not because they want to reach something. So it's different when you persist, when you have a good life, then you persist to reach that goal. So that's a different desire compared to those they just have to do it. So he knows that his persistence will pay off soon. A persistent person does not quit. Okay, he is not affected by the word no, not now, later. So he knows that his persistence will pay off soon. So our business needs persistence to succeed. So we do not earn immediately. We are after a residual income that is earned through time. Okay, so persistent is not innate in us. We were not born with persistence. Like, mommy, I want to get out of this body. No, it's not like that. I'm gonna get out. No, it's not like that. So we were not born with persistence. It can be developed. So don't worry if you don't have persistence, because it can be developed and cultivated, okay, by having a definiteness of purpose and that burning desire to reach that goal. Okay. And by believing and having faith in your own ability to accomplish tasks. So by having organized plans, even if it seems weak or ridiculous, and a lot of more stimulus to cause us to develop persistence. So those who believe that they can't do it, if circumstances ask them, that's when they will discover that they can be persistent. Okay, so the next is the power of the mind. Okay, so there's the power of the mind. Okay, the power, actually, it's the power of the mastermind. Okay, the mastermind. Hill says that Carnegie attributed his success to the power of the mind of the people. So the power of the mastermind here is actually the power of the people that surrounds him. So he attributed his success to the power of the mind of the people that he surrounded him with, who helped him organize, plan, and definiteness purpose for his business. So the power used here refers to the organized effort. So like in Atomy, we can't be sales master by ourselves, right? So like I became sales master because of my members and my PV master, my upline, my sponsors, all their efforts and my effort. So that's why I reached the sales master. It's not just me. So I surrounded myself with people also that could help me reach my goal. So that's what he meant. He called his mastermind group. He has a group of a mastermind. So these are the people that helped him succeed. So the power used here refers to organized effort sufficient to enable one to transmute desire into concrete equivalent. So this organized effort is produced through coordination, okay, of effort to reach a definite end and spirit of harmony. So no man is an island. we need people, but it should be powerful people, because our aim here is not easy to our goal is not easy to reach, more so if we just do it by ourselves. So we really need to seek for people that have the same, like what they say, birds that what's that? Birds of the same feather flock together, right? So we need. Hill said that we need to surround ourselves with people that could help us grow and um, reach that goal. So there's still more steps, but I'll stop from these nine steps, as these principles are sufficient for us to, to learn. And like what I've said, the principles are not new. You can find these principles in some of the how-to books. But what's so unique about this book, it's like based on factual experiences of like what I've said, exceedingly wealthy people. So it's not just an hallucination or just an idea just to sell books. Like what I've said, it was Carnegie that influenced Napoleon. Do you want to, to share this formula that I have? Then you'll have to analyze and evaluate and study people for 20 years. Imagine before. I don't think I can do that. So anyway, so although these are based on factual experience of others, we can make this as a guide based on our situation. So what is important is that we are aware of these principles, and which could bring us to success. So as Napoleon says, I'll leave you with this one: both poverty and riches are the offspring of thought. So it's also like, if you think you can, then you can. If you think that you can't, try harder. Try harder. Don't say you can't. Try harder. Yes, you can. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
구독, 좋아요 눌러주세요.